Check, check. All right, just getting set up here. Let me see. Making sure the Facebook is good. All right. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Facebook is up. Periscope is up. YouTube is live. Okay, cool. Welcome to Music Theory Thursday. My name is Alex Bourne, and I'm from Rockwell Guitar School in Shoreview, Minnesota. Thank you so much for watching, first of all, and second of all, I apologize. I'm just getting over a cold, and so I apologize in advance for my sniffling and clogged sinuses, whatever, but at least you can't catch it, so you got that going for you. Today, this is number 87. We are talking about key signatures. We are going through the Berklee Harmony curriculum, the famous Berklee College of Music in Boston, not California, Berkeley. This is Berkeley in Boston, Berklee. And widely known as the most famous school of jazz in the United States. So without further ado, I'm going to switch to my desktop and we're going to get started. So here we go. Let's see. Okay. Okay, cool. So let me full screen this. Ooh. All right. Let's do this one page at a time. Key signatures allow us to place the required accidentals of the various scales at the beginning of a piece of music. They are placed directly to the right of the clef, as you see here. Okay. The reader, before reading the music, will look at this key signature and notice the accidentals to be used for all the affected notes. With the accidentals of the key signature at the beginning, the key is recognizable immediately even if there's a lot of subsequent chromatic alteration. And what that means is if there's a lot of accidentals added after the key signature, like this example right here. So these are chromatic alterations to what is already established in the key signature. Okay? Basically, the job of the key signature, this is a really good piece of wisdom passed on to me by someone I can't forget, or I forgot who, but they said that the key signature is there to cut down on accidentals. And although this isn't a good example of that, and most of the music you see isn't chromatically altered this much, so you kind of have you see the key signature there, and you know what you're dealing with as far as sharps and flats. So it cuts down on having sharps and flats in the rest of the music. It's kind of establishing, okay, you're going to see these sharps, these flats. Ooh, I hope you can't hear that, but I just took off a jacket and there was extreme static electricity. Um, Anyways, yeah, key signatures. Refer to the homework for scales. The sequence of examples was not arbitrary. C, G, D, A, etc. This sequence is the result of a phenomenon which you will see throughout the study of music. It is called the cycle of fifths. To be logically sequenced, the building of key signatures follows the cycle of fifths. The placement and position of the flats in a key signature follows the cycle down in fifths. Okay, this really isn't the best illustration of the circle of fifths, but yeah, I have to deal with it. Key of C flat has 7 flats, all the notes flatted. Okay, cool. Yep. Okay. The placement and position of the sharps in a key signature follows the cycle up in fifths. F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. You should memorize this order. It's called the order of sharps. Here's an easy way to remember it. Funny cats go down alleys eating bugs or bananas, or whatever you want to say. And then for the cycle, for the order of flats, you could say, well, there really isn't. I just say bead GCF, and for that for me that's memorable enough. So it spells bead and then GCF. So you should memorize those orders. The key of C sharp has 7 sharps. All notes are sharped. In order to be immediately recognizable, key signatures must always be placed consistently on the staff. Hey, thanks Periscope. Thanks for the hearts. I'm glad you guys are watching. Okay. So here's a correct example of how to place the sharps in the order of sharps, right? F, C, G, D, A, right? Funny cats go down alleys. This would be an incorrect way to do it, although we have all of the necessary sharps here. We have F, C, G, D, A. That would be an incorrect way to do it, okay? So here's a correct way to do the flats, B, E, A, D, G. Here's an incorrect way to do the flats, okay? All right. The best way to recognize any key is to know the number of sharps or flats used for it. That's pretty much true. Just memorize how many flats are in each key. Another way to recognize the key signature is, for flat keys, the key is represented by the flat before the last flat. So here we have 5 flats, B, E, A, D, G. A flat is the name of the key signature. Oh, B, E, A, D, sorry, D flat. D flat is the name of the key signature. So it's the second to last flat in the actual key signature. Now with sharps, it's not as easy, it's not as spelled out for you. For sharp keys, the key is a half step above the last sharp. So here we have 7 sharps. Funny cats go down alleys eating bugs. A half step above the last sharp. So half step above B sharp is C sharp. That's the key of C sharp. All right, cool. The key signature of 1 flat is F major. So it doesn't follow the rules of this handy little trick. But all you need to know is that it has 1 flat. The key signature of no sharps or no flats is C major. Okay? Oops. Apologize. Note that there's no necessity to use ledger lines for the placement of any accidentals in a key signature. Yeah. Unlike the general rules concerning the use of accidentals, the key signatures affect all notes of the same name regardless of their octave. Okay. Let me just make sure I Can't explain that any better. Unlike the general rules concerning the use of accidentals, key signatures affect all notes of the same name, regardless of their octave. Yeah, that's pretty much correct. So what he's saying is if you have an F sharp right here, this also affects the F in this space down here. Okay? That's all he's saying. All right, let us look for homework number 11. Where we're at. That was pretty good. Write the key signatures for the following keys and identify the missing tonality. Once again, this is from the Berklee College of Music Harmony curriculum. If you just Google Berklee Harmony PDF, you will get some. You will get a result like in the top 3 results. You will be able to find a website with the PDFs on it, the ones that I'm using right here. Write the key signatures for the following keys and identify the missing tonality. Okay, so you have 2 tonalities here. You're given one, and you need to write out the key signature for each one, and then identify the missing one. So, for example, G major. Now remember that in sharps, with the sharp keys, half step above the last sharp is the name of the key. So the first sharp in the order of sharps is F. That would be F sharp. Okay, G major is the key, 1 sharp, that's F. You write out 1 sharp, and in order to find the relative minor, you go back 2 notes in the key. So G, F sharp, E. E minor would be the correct answer there. Okay? All right, next one. Watch your clefs, okay? D minor. So now you have a minor key. Okay, so you kind of need to work backwards, or forwards, I guess you could say. D minor. Go forward. A whole step is E. We're not done yet. Go forward a half step, and then F, right? That is how you find the relative major. Okay, so F major is the correct answer. Remember that F major is one of the flat keys that doesn't follow the awesome rule, and it only has 1 flat. Okay, so that's how you do that. So B flat would be the first flat in the key, and remember in bass clef, that's this line right here. All right. Now, I hope that wasn't too mind-numbing for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Actually, let me just check to see if I have any questions right now. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Periscope, you guys have any questions? Key signatures? Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you're feeling better than I am. And have a good night. Peace. Stop broadcast.